A massive detailed leak just broke for the next generation Xbox console. There is a surprisingly incredible amount of powerful futuristic tech and a competitive push that will rival high-end desktop PCs. And it all starts as early as 2026. A trusted hardware leaker, Kepler L2, revealed detailed hardware profiles for the latest upcoming AMD chipset that is slated for the next generation Xbox console and cloud hardware. Kepler has a pretty solid track record on hardware, and this information comes directly from hardware testing leaks on behalf of AMD, and a lot of these metrics are fluid and ever-changing as Xbox and AMD manage thermals and power draw for the future of the Xbox hardware. This is an Xbox promised to be a major technological leap never before seen on console, far more than expected above in power compared to the Xbox Series X, and leaps above the current PS5 Pro. Kepler L2's latest leaks suggest that Microsoft is going all in on performance for the next generation Xbox. This box is designed to be a hybrid PC console on Windows 12 with AMD's latest Navi 5 graphics engine and Zen 6 processing. It is codenamed Magnus, not a Shakespearean name as Sony typically uses, which hints that this hardware leak is specifically for the partnership for Xbox. The next generation Xbox hardware PC hybrid touts a CPU with an 11-core Zen 6 with 3 Zen 6 cores paired with 8 Zen 6C cores, likely functioning as 10 cores with 20 threads, compared to the Xbox Series X, which had 8 cores and multi-threaded up to 16. The GPU is a massive 264mm square graphics die with a 384-bit memory bus, much wider than the Series X's 320-bit bus. The rumored 36GB GDDR7 shared memory pool is a generational leap from Xbox Series X at 16GB of GDDR6, a 2 times boost of memory, which helps with game logic, textures, and multitasking, and will do far more, which will be revealed in just a moment. The architecture, based on AMD's upcoming UDNA, which is essentially the future of RDNA 5. This is a unified architecture that merges RDNA and optimized for AI. And the best part, developers won't need to optimize separately for RDNA and other architectures, just using a one unified platform. Cross-platform efficiency is going to be one of the major advantages for Xbox's AMD chip, using easier scaling across the Xbox OEM console that is rumored to come out in 2026, and this next generation Xbox first-party console for Microsoft that is set to come in 2027. Also, they're including their cloud, which is an upcoming next generation leap set to be far more powerful than the current NVIDIA GeForce Now. AI acceleration will expect dedicated hardware for machine learning, upscaling, and real-time enhancement, something that the current RDNA lacked. The performance gains are said to be a projected 20% boost in rasterization and a 2-time improvement in ray tracing over RDNA 4. This means that you'll likely get more real-life path-traced ray tracing in your games. According to this hardware leak, Microsoft seems to be prioritizing raw power paired with AI capabilities, possibly aiming for a hybrid console PC experience with a ton of headroom and overhead for developers to make games look blisteringly fast, razor sharp in resolution, and have all of the lighting models to make games look incredible. The chip scale and memory bandwidth suggests that ambitions beyond a traditional console. This chipset from AMD can be powered and scaled down for lower wattage and frequency for handhelds. This means that Xbox can co-develop AMD's next generation chip that can be utilized across all Xbox supported devices. The AMD Magnus SoC will provide custom form factors like the upcoming OEM console rumored for 2026, a set-top PC-like hybrid console box from third-party manufacturers like Asus or Razer. This means that AMD and Xbox's partnered SoC can be purchased or utilized across other manufacturers to make the OEM Xbox PC console or Xbox's own handheld or third-party handhelds with the actual Xbox chipset, which means you will get to play all of your supported games on any of these devices as long as they're using this Magnus SoC. Kepler believes that the hardware leaks illustrate the next Xbox console to provide a more open platform across Windows 12, which will be a major initiative from Microsoft to join the Windows platform with Xbox Gaming, which will bring Steam, Epic, Ubisoft, EA, and other PC platform storefronts directly to your controller on the next Xbox console, meaning this next generation, Xbox will play all of the PC games plus every single Xbox title currently available. Previous rumors and analysts predicted that the next Xbox console will start as low as $700 or $800. But Kepler believes the lack of software subsidy traditionally held by consoles could put the next Xbox as high as $1,000 or even as high as $1,500. Sources close to AMD have said, quote, "Finally, with Magnus and the upcoming Navi 5 powering the Xbox OEM console, we can finally see the actual Velocity architecture, a performance RDNA feature that was supposed to take Xbox Series X performance well above the competition. Now this unified architecture will secure future-proof plans that Microsoft set in place as early as 2020." Close quote. The technical specs of the next generation Xbox set for 2027 feature a structure of 4 shader engines combined with 2 shader arrays, along with a 12 workgroup processors. Each shader engine has 2 shader arrays totaling 8, with a combination of 96 workgroup processors. This works out to the Xbox Magnus, the next generation Xbox, having around 184 compute units, working a 4x2x12 hardware set. Keep in mind that the 2020 Xbox Series X had 56 compute units. There are an additional 8 compute units not accounted for in this hardware leak, and experts explain that this accounts for the yield issues or binning. And Kepler explains that some inconsistencies with these specs are also purposely revealed this way to keep the specific technical specifications like frequency and power draws from leaking the design of the next generation AMD Xbox chip. We don't have any access to the frequency of the CPU or any of the power draw for this SoC. Previous FTC leaks dating back as early as 2023 outline Xbox's next generation with Infinity Cache and a neural processing unit, which hasn't been outlined in this current hardware leak. According to an AMD expert, the supposed Navi 5 Xbox design will be built with a neural processing unit, part of the GFX core, and that Infinity Cache will be replaced with a unified L2 cache. All of this simply stated that the Xbox will be using raw power paired with AI, and the unified L2 cache is a level 2 memory hierarchy that can store both instructions and data, improve the performance by reducing the need to access lower memory pools, which was a problem for lower powered hardware like a handheld or even the current Xbox Series S. This will make the next generation Xbox far more efficient, but also highly advantageous for a trimmed down low watt handheld of the Magnus system and the UDNA architecture. Developers will be able to easily scale across cloud, handheld, OEM, and the highly powerful Xbox first-party next-generation console. The future of Xbox hardware is far from over, and Microsoft plans to work with several manufacturers to give you more choice, more power, and way more games starting as early as 2026. Major concerns with Microsoft being a steward over PC and console gaming across their shortfalls in software implementation and the changing ecosystem. But if Xbox can give us a powerful console with access to millions of games under a changing exclusivity landscape, the future for Xbox looks brighter than ever. This is Colteastwood. Thank you so much for checking out this video. A ton in the industry is changing. Exclusivity, the access to games, and what devices we'll be playing on as trends change from what we've seen traditionally, and I'm excited about Xbox's new plan. If you want to know more about that OEM console, I've got a video linked at the end here, which will break down everything you can expect. If there's going to be an Asus or Razer or Lenovo console that will be more like a PC you can connect to your TV. If you want to know more about what Xbox plans to do in the next generation, check those videos out. If you ended up enjoying what you saw here and learned something, let me know by liking and subscribing to the channel and hit the bell to be notified of new weekly content. If you want to further support what we're doing here on this channel, you can join the channel membership below, or you can join the Patreon and join the tiers for early access for videos and so much more. Also, check out the Ecstasy Podcast, a weekly live show we do for about 2 hours every Monday, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll break down and have a longer discussion about what this new console means for people who are on Xbox or people coming into the ecosystem, and how you can get access to way more games. But I want to know what you think about Xbox's plans for having more hardware and more choice. Do you think it dilutes the brand and their identity, or do you get excited about the possibility of having a choice of how much power or how much portability you want in your gaming, and plus so many more if you've got everything that comes from PC? Let me know in the comment section, and while you do that, as I always say, please be nice.